Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing show, and we're glad to be here, Mike.
That's right. Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. Want to welcome everybody to the night's show, and we got some a little bit of fishing film and a little bit of information, and a whole lot of nothing else.
Well,
So I'll take that back, folks. We got some fishing film, luckily, and we made a trip or two on Norris, and I hope Ed Galt's watching, because we think we might have figured out a few things, Ed. Anyway, we'll get into what's going on. I want to get two things I got to get off the books right quick, Mike, and one of them is from a church there. They're number one. Kellytown Baptist Church Vacation Bible School. The theme is Let's Go Fishing, and this thing kicks off June the 11th through the 15th, 6 to 8 p.m. And I think if you'll look at the calendar, Mike, the 11th is this Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure, man. I better better put my glasses
Saturday's
on.
the 10th. 11 will be Sunday.
So Sunday night, they're going to kick this Vacation Bible School off at the church there, and we're going to have a bus and a van for people that need a ride. We're going to have a little parade tomorrow, Saturday night. Visit a few places and trying to drum up some kids to attend. They got a lot of things planned for the kids, which that's what it's for. Vacation Bible School. They're going to feed them from 5:30 to 6, and then from 6 to whatever they'll have some Bible studies and that kind of thing, and then about 7 o'clock I think they're going to have a lot of good fun activities for them. And then on the final night, which is be Thursday night, they're going to be on the 15th. They've got water slides, sprinkler head. It's way above my head. All I know is I'm supposed to man the water hose, so that kind of thing. But they do have one of those blow up. They're getting it from the party place or whatever, and we got plenty of grass and all that kind of stuff. So the theme is bring a towel, because you're going to get wet. But anyway, I want to mention that. So if you know some kids that'd be looking for a good time and in a good atmosphere, have them to get in contact with me or call this number, 435-7236. That's 435-7236, and we'd be more than glad to go by and pick them up, and look forward to having a good time and a big crowd. And I may mention that again before we get off the air, because it's, like I said, it starts Sunday night, and they won't see us till next Thursday night, Mike.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, I wanted to mention that for sure. And then the next thing on my list, and grandparents and parents, I hope you're listening, and I'll try to mention this before we leave the air again tonight, is the free fishing day is this week, is the 10th and the 11th.
Yeah.
And at the fish hatchery in Clinton, they're going to do like they always have.
Yeah.
They're going to have the kids fishing day up there at the hatchery, Mike, and it starts at 8 o'clock and goes till 1 o'clock. And so if you parents want to, go and help your kids fish, that's very acceptable, and that kind of thing. But they're expecting a big crowd, and that's 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And if you've got your secret rod, special rod like I do, you can bring it. But if you don't have a rod and reel, they're going to have some for you to use. So keep that in mind also. And they'll have the bait. They got plenty of hooks, sinkers, floaters, and all that. And I talked with Jason Langford, and that is Jason's one of the things he's in charge of, and talked to Mr. Smith up at the hatchery there today, and anyway, that's coming up Saturday morning. So, like I said, they're going to have some rod and reels for those of you that don't have one, and they got all the bait, and they're going to have some prizes to give away. And I think the way they do that, when you go in, you get a ticket, and then during the course of the morning, they call out numbers, and Mike, and they've got some nice donated prizes for the kids, and so it's a big thing up there. If you hadn't ever been, just to sit back and watch, I'm telling you, it's
you see a smile on a kid's face, man, a mile away when they catch one.
Oh yeah,
it
just takes. It's like Mike. He smiles the same way whenever he gets catches one, because he don't catch very many.
Yeah, that's true. That's true there.
I'll take that back. Mike can catch them. Now don't take that the wrong way. I know, I've seen him do it.
Too many problems.
Yeah, but anyway, like he said, that's a big thing. Smile on those kids' face when they catch one, and it was 3 years ago when I was there, and I hate to say that, but this will be the third year. I'm going to try to be there Saturday morning, get some film for the show, if I can. I've got obligations there at Vacation Bible School, and I'm going to try to knock those out tomorrow night so that I can attend the kids' day up there at the hatchery. But we're going to move right along, but you parents, like I said, get your kids out there. There's plenty of fish in that pond up there.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the catch-all. The last one before it dumps into the river, and they, you may catch shell crackers, bluegill, catfish, stripe. I mean, it's got a little,
crappie or bass.
It's got a little bit of everything. So, which is good. Remember that. That's 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock Saturday, June the 10th. And the good thing about it is you don't have to have a license, Mike.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Yeah, that's $34.
That's if you're old enough to have
one. Yeah, well, they say if you're fishing, you're supposed to have them, I reckon.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to get the book out on you, but I'll just let it go at that. I've told this before. Mike and I were on Cherokee one weekend practicing for a tournament up there. There's people all over the place fishing, and people standing on the banks and this, that, and the other. And we was pulled up on the mouth of one of these creeks, looking back into the creek. And here come the game warden by us, and the people's on their docks and this, that, and the other. And we've stopped on the way out next to the channel on the first point going in, and back in the creek, standing willows. And I said, okay, we're going to start. We'll try them right here, and then if that don't work, we'll go to the willows. Well, before we could get to the willows, all those people that was fishing off the bank, about 90% of them was gone. The game warden just went down one side, come out the other side, and then he checked us on the way out. And
Yep.
I said, how's business? He said, was real good. Says, fixing to be better. I said, not here on this boat. So I said, what do you want to see? And he said, let's start looking. And I said, well, so we started throwing there. Anyway, I thought that was a bad deal. People down there just have fishing off the bank, and next thing you know, he's writing them tickets. So something must have been wrong. But anyway, we're moving right along, Mike.
I figured he had rider's cramp after going through that holler the way he did.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, you could tell there was some heartbroken people walking back up the banks carrying their reeling rods and stuff, But anyway, I guess that's why they got the regulations. But I would do, like I said, I'm going to mention that again about Bible school and the fishing day right before we get off there. Make sure everybody catches it. Let's see, Mike. Yeah, I'm going to lay that right here. Got to get my paperwork in line. We brought some baits over tonight. We got a little dilemma here with the this pork rind situation, bait trailers and that kind of thing. But before we do that, Dylan, you ready to show the film? All right, buddy, take us to the film. There's fish on right here, pretty good looking fish. Yeah, Wes, that looks good, bud. Oh yeah, let me get him up there. Oh yeah, man. Oh, that gummit, he just throwed it and got off. I've some gun. All right. Okay, folks. Wes and I, let's see here. Get the camera adjusted. Get these sunglasses off where I can see the screen. We're up here on North Saturday afternoon. A lot of boat traffic, but it's calming down quite a bit. Wes caught a little old small fish back there earlier, but that was a pretty good fish. And good job, Wes. He's had a couple of bites, and we're going to see what goes on here and try to get some fish on the film here. That gummit, hated we didn't get that in the net, but he jumped. I was trying to film, should have got him in the net and then filmed, but we'll keep at it. Remember our sponsors, folks, and let's go fishing. All right, folks, our Wes is with a nice small mouth. Attaboy, Wes. Get him in the water and let's get another one, bud. Bite time. All right, good deal. Enough light to get him, Wes. Barely. Need to get my cap off and get my headlight on. Yeah. Well,
the hook's out. Oh, it's stuck in the dip net.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotta get the hook back through there. Get the dip net out.
Hand me one. Oh yeah. Our Wes is with a good fish right there now, folks. And that fish hit the spinner bait, didn't he, Wes?
Yeah.
All right, take your light off of him just a little bit. No, back on him just a little bit. He had a glow to him. Turn around sideways. Attaboy. All right, now how many does that make? 5?
5 or 6, yeah.
5 fish, and you had a good one to jump off. All right, let's get another. All right, back in the water. All right, folks. Here we are with another good smallmouth. Come on that spinner bait again. I mean, about 2 casts from the first one and got another one. Good deal, Wes. Let's get him back in the water and get another bite. All right, folks. There's a smallmouth 20 inches right there now.
Good.
That's a good one, Wes.
Real good.
Real good fish right there. All right, get him back in the water there. Yeah, buddy. Things is picking up. Good deal.
Alright, there Papa is with a low smallmouth. Let him grow a little bit and we'll get him again.
Yeah. He ain't a bad fish, but he ain't 18.
Nope. Alright, there he goes. There's another.
All right, folks. Got another good smallmouth in the net now. Get him up here. Yeah, boy. All righty. We'll take that, and Wesley's laying down taking a nap on me. We get him off and get another one here right quick. All righty. All right, we're back. Right quick before we go to talking about that fish, Mike, say hello to Dad.
Oh, you definitely
Yeah,
say
you
hello
let
to
me
Dad.
get by that. I hope he ain't nodded off asleep.
No, he ain't asleep. He's probably mad as wet hen there.
I'd say he probably is giving them nurses a fit. But anyway, hello to Dad and Polly and Bill and
Yeah.
is Gay in?
I don't think so.
So, okay.
Bill was going to go tonight, or was going to go last night, and said his knees was hurting too bad, and he said tonight he was going to go, and I called him up, and he said no, his wheels still ain't spinning, so he wasn't going to go tonight either. And I said, well, okay, whenever you get your wheels back done, he said, we'll go. He said, well, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
hopefully he can get his
I
knees
don't know.
working.
I hope he has too, Mike. Dadgummit, we're tied up here, and shucks, we need to be catching them. But anyway, yeah, I'm hoping Bill's going to do all right, and maybe we can get a chance to get up there before the weekend's over. Next weekend's going to be another long week. Anyway, we talked about those baits. Mike, that last fish there on the screen, which was, it brought me to this pork rind situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you all saw that fish and had the bait in its mouth, you've seen how distinct that trailer, that Uncle Josh purple chunk was on that black spinnerbait.
Yeah.
Don't ask me what them fish think purple is, because I got no idea. But I just know I've caught many a fish on a purple spinnerbait or a purple fly with a black chunk or a purple chunk on it.
Yes.
And even put a brown chunk on it.
Mm-hmm.
It does work. But Uncle Josh is out of business. They're no longer in business. Matter of fact, I think they've been out for the last couple of years or so, Mike. I'm not for sure when they went out of business. But pork rind is a hard thing to come up with anymore.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and the plastics just don't have the right. I mean, they look good, but they just don't. I mean, there's close. I mean, I guess we're going to have to make them do, because the pork rind is just about. You might find some here and there in a few places, but there's not a lot of it around, and the people that's got it don't let go of it.
Yeah, don't come to my house looking for it. I ain't got none either.
That's right. Yeah, I know. Mike and I see. Mike, it's $400 and some worth. You bought about 4 years ago, wasn't it?
Been about 5 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good thing you done that.
Yeah, it is.
I can say.
It is.
But the plastics just have and that goes back to the watermelon. The watermelon, and you've got several jars of watermelon. Uncle Josh pork, and I've got several jars of it, but it's just not the same color.
No,
as the watermelon plastic.
No.
And then the plastic purple is not the same color as the chunk is.
No.
And so, Bill, I know you're watching, so you keep up with that pork rind. He's got a big jar, I mean, like that, and it's got every color in the book in it. Mm-hmm. And it looks like brand new. So hold on to it, Bill. We may need it here in a few days. But, it's just like we said before, the water clarity up there, the cloud cover, the stars out, the moon shining, it has an effect. It makes different things look different colors in different situations. I mean, this right there, after I lost 2 chunks of purple pork that I had on there, I put the purple plastic on there. And Mike, it's just it just doesn't have. It's kind of a little darker than the plastic.
Yes, sir.
And we've caught a lot of fish on a purple spinnerbait with a black chunk. We've caught a lot of fish on a black spinnerbait with a purple chunk. And but anyway, that's an old Strike King spinnerbait right there that Mr. Bill Nichols gave me, and I've had it for, I don't know, he gave me a couple of new ones a couple of years ago, and I just popped that one out of the pack last year and stuck it in my spinnerbait box, and Wesley tied it on up there the other night, and which I had it in my mind to try it, and or try fish a spinner bait some up there the other night, and he already had it on. Well, he throwed it a couple of licks and laid it down. And I said, So I picked it up, throwed it the first cast, and caught it good. And that wasn't it that I had showed you there on the camera. I don't know how come. Well, I do know what happened too. Wesley laid down to take a nap on me. But anyway, the fish hit that spinner bait and hit it pretty good. I caught 2 or 3 fish on it and missed more than I caught on it, and I don't know why. But then we also caught, and Wesley, I said, tie peanut butter and jelly on, and their P&J, and there that is, and you know, I like that purple chunk on that, or like right now, you know, and so caught some fish on that, and then Wes laid down on me to take that nap. Shucks, I don't know, I missed 4 off of 1 point on that thing, and I don't know how come I wasn't getting them hooked. Now I'd pull them 6 or 8 feet, and they'd come unbuttoned, and so that's Ed. That's kind of what we know, and Mike, be careful with that right there.
Yeah, don't damage it, huh?
Don't damage it.
Yeah.
Ours,
something about the color, the smell,
a little higher,
and
yeah.
Everything about the Uncle Josh Ryan, that pig skin. It's different than the plastic. I mean,
Let's take this call right here.
It's something else.
Yeah. Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Tony.
Did you get my pictures?
Yeah, sure did.
We had 15 down there Saturday, but it took us about 8 hours to catch that many, which we caught about 30, but we took a lot of them we keep.
Right. Let me get him to pull that picture up there, Tony. We'll change gears here and get to something that we can eat. There you go, buddy. That look like them, don't it?
That's them, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not the ones that caught there. That's the week before.
That's the picture I got on my phone today.
That's the week before. She sent them last night. There's only 15 of them. One we caught that was week before than where it was.
Just a second. Let me look
You
at
still
it.
staying up in the river, or you going down?
I've been staying up the river.
Yeah. The water warmed up yet?
About 17 foot deep.
Yeah.
Shallower than what it was.
It says the water warmed up much more up in there.
It was about 68, 69.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't no eggs in none of these. We got this one this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I caught a few up about 7 or 8 foot deep.
Right. Oh, those that picture's one I got came on my phone last night at 6:53. You and Terry caught 15 crappie last Sunday. Is that them?
No, that's not them. That's the 18 that we had last week. I don't know what that's not. She might have sent the wrong picture, but no, that's not them.
Oh, okay. Well, you had 18 last week. If this is a picture then, it ain't been on the. We ain't showed it yet. That's it right there now.
15 last week.
You had 15 last week.
Yeah, last Saturday.
Okay. And these, not them on Sunday, you had 18 keepers?
That was the week before.
Week before. Mm-hmm. You didn't call in last week, did you?
I had to work late. I didn't get checked.
That's where we got messed up in. Yeah. Okay. All righty. So you had 15 week before last, or 18, and then you caught 15 this past weekend.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
We probably caught 30, but we only had 15 of them keep.
Huh.
A few catfish, a few little bluegim, red eye, and everything else go with it.
Yeah. Well, and Mike asked you, I didn't catch, I was looking at that picture. Are you still getting them out deep?
Yeah, I'm main channel where I want it.
Huh. Well.
It's about 70, somebody turned in about between 7 and 17 foot where we've been catching that.
Yeah. Right. Well, that sounds good. I mean, heck, 15 and 18 ain't no bad catches, Tony. You know what I mean? I mean, they've been tough this year, I think.
A lot of boat traffic Saturday because the tournament they had.
Right. that they had a big tournament out of Rockwood down there. It was past Saturday, sure did. A Heartland, and I think they had several boats in it. Boy told me, but I done forgot. I think he said there was like 60 of them. 60 of the boats didn't even have a fish. So, but still, yet it took 23 pounds to win.
Yeah.
So.
I know a guy had 13 pounds. I think he said he came 37.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I'll let you go. I appreciate watching. I like to enjoy your show and stuff.
Well, I appreciate you keeping us up on these crappie. I mean, if they change, and years ago you used to go down there in the summertime and hang a lantern up and catch them of a night. I don't know, but you figured out how to catch them during the day in the hot sun, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk to you later.
Okay, Tony. Hope you don't have to work too much and get back down there on the water, bud.
We'll see you.
See you, Tony. Thanks, buddy. All right. Okay. Yeah, Tony, I know you're still watching. Get your wife to send me that picture of the 15 since we got the 18 this time. So have her send me that other picture, and we'll get it on there next week for sure. Appreciate you keeping us up to date on those pictures, man. But anyway, good to hear that crappie report. I mean, that ain't 15 and 18, Mike. That ain't nothing to sneeze about. I mean, them crappies been tough down there this year.
They've been tough.
They ain't been. Last year they was pretty dang good when I was catching them, but now they've been tough this year. And I don't know very few times. I guess that trip you and Brad made was about as close to having a double limit as that you had all year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We get 6, 8, 11, 12, and all day fishing, and so Tony's done pretty good. He ain't got nothing to sneeze about. I'll say that for sure. He needs to get him up the crappie trails. What he needs to do, get him a tournament going. But anyway, we'll go back to the pork rind and stuff there, and you done put that back in the jar, didn't you?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I didn't put it in my pocket.
Right. But anyway, we caught some fish up there. Wes and I did. There was a lot of boat traffic when we got there. I wanted to get there early because I was going to have to quit early, and we never caught but a couple of little fish before dark. Well, that one right before dark that Wesley had on, and I let it jump over the dip net and got off. And we caught one about 12 inches long, but we didn't have many bites. And then as soon as that sun got down to treetop level, the next place we pulled in, we caught 2 or 3 off of. And some of them we didn't get filmed, and this, that, and the other, due to unforeseen circumstances. But we did catch a few fish, and kind of got an idea of what was going on. But they were hard to find. And one thing, the later it got in the night, the shallower the bite was.
Yes, sir.
And the moon was kind of hazed over to start with. It was clouded over right at dark, and then a little later it had the haze over it, and it kind of got out in the open and that kind of thing. And but we fished in there shallow. We was throwing right on the bank and right around the trees and the bushes and this, that, and the other. Where the fish ought to be right now. That was earlier in the evening, and we wasn't doing any good. So we backed out there, and when I showed us running down the lake there, and where the sun was at, we pulled in on a point down there and caught the fish, and right at dark there, Wesley caught that in there, and then we moved on out on the point, and it's getting dark, and got out there in about 25 foot of water, and bam. Got a good bite, and I missed it. Throwed right back, got another bite, missed it, and then caught one, and that's when Wesley laid that spinner bait down, and I grabbed that spinner bait up and caught 2 back to back right there. So, it's just, and when you and I went up there the other week, on the way home, I said, boy, I wished we kept trying to feed them in flies, and the only thing to get them to hit was that higher fly.
Yep.
And I said, man, I should have had me a spinner bait on. I said, I come back up here, I'm going to try one. And so, yeah, the spinner bait worked good. And then, dang, I had another jig in that bag. Did you not get it? The watermelon jig?
I didn't open the bag.
Oh, I hope it's in the back seat of the truck.
Yeah, maybe it is, maybe it ain't.
I hope it is. Get it out of your pocket, Mike.
I ain't got it in my pocket.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you got it, because I know it was in that bag.
No.
I cut it off my rod before I left home, and you got it.
You put it in your box,
No, I
I
didn't.
I don't know.
It was supposed to be in that bag right
I
there.
ain't seen it.
But anyway, there's that picture. All right. Thank you, Tony. I'll get Dylan to get that up before I leave tonight. Or we probably won't get it on the screen tonight, but I'll have it on for next week, too. So you may send me 2 pictures. That'd be fine. But anyway, the fish just, like I said, right at dark there, I was sitting in 28, right at 30 feet, and caught them 2 back to back on right 30, right at 20. Well, I figure they was probably anywhere from the 20 foot to 25 foot mark. And then the next place we went seemed like they was up, caught a fish or 2, and seemed like they was in that 15 to 20 foot mark, or 18 to 20 foot mark. And then the last place I fished there before we put the boat on the trailer, and you were still fishing, dadgum, I'd say the fish, they was 8 to 10 foot. Mm-hmm. And and like I said, now they for some reason or another missed several fish. I don't know how or why, but they just wasn't. You get a good thump, and then the next one you'd just be there. So, but we're not going to give up on them. We're going to keep on getting.
What I got into up there, and I never seen anything like it. I think it was the shell crackers in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had like 7 rods laid out there, but all of them different baits, and I pulled in there on that point, and I must have got 4 or 5 strikes off that point on that bait. And sometimes you get 2 or 3 on the way in, and you jerk and miss it, and you fall back and another and hit it,
Yeah.
And every bait that I throwed in there, they would just about take the rod out of your hand, but you could not hook nothing. And I was thinking, man, that can't be anything but bluegill or shell crackers. Red eyes, I think we'd catch one,
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't catch it. They would, and had the fork rind knocked off one, and that plastic legs was jerked off right and left. So, to me, I think it was them shell crackers in there on that point and spawning in that moon.
Well, boy,
I just give up on that point.
Well, when you go back up there tonight, I want you to stop up there at the store somewhere and get you some just some red worms, or dig you a couple up off the bank up there, and try them and see. If it is, that's where I'd like to go.
Yeah.
Get a mess of them.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
They eat good.
Well, they might eat good, but they sure hit good, I'd say that.
Yeah, they're pretty dang aggressive. But those things are good to eat, and I tell you, they're good. Just bottom line, they're as good as they are in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And you get them hand size flays out real good, and you can't beat them. But anyway, we're going to go back. We're going to stay at them, try to get back on them. We had such a great year last year. I'm just waiting on it to get right this year so we can do the same thing.
Yeah.
Catch a lot of fish. That was what we done last year.
It was pretty daggone funny to me because I'd fish 2 or 3 different places and you couldn't get a bite.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden you'd hit one, and it's just like, hey, right there. You know, you got to throw right there in that one spot, or you can't get a fish.
Right.
If you throw it over here
Keep
or
it
over there,
yeah.
they just like they was bunched up in one pile there, like cordwood or something. If you didn't throw back in the same spot, and a time or two there, I don't think it made much difference what you throw in there as long as you got it in there in that spot.
Well, I guess that's the deal on that, Mike.
They still doing that dang getting off there. And I had one that broke the dang hook off in the jig when he come up there and jumped. Went back down and pulled, and next thing I know, I said, well, daggone, he's broke my line or something. I said, no, I think it's still got the jig. So come in there and wound it up. And I said, yeah, my pork rine's gone. I grabbed it up there and going to put another piece of pork rind on it and look, and I said, dang, the hook's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, broke the hook off back there next to the bend.
Well,
So,
I don't know, Mike. Ain't them old cheap hooks you're using, is it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, I'd say probably not. Okay, that's great. Get some of this paperwork situated. Dylan, have we got any more fish and film?
Yeah.
All right, put little Mike's on there and let's see what he done. Okay.
All right, folks, I got my fishing partner down here with me today. Got Mikey with me. He's got his first fish there. Got him a little red eye. Swing him in here and get him loose. We'll throw him back and see if we can find something bigger. That's a nice one, though.
Yes, it is.
Sure is, real nice one. So, hang in there with us, and he can't bite you now. Just lip him hard with your thumb. He ain't gonna bite you. He ain't got no teeth.
I'm waiting for it.
Stick your thumb down in there and grab a hold of him tight, hard. There you go. Real pinch him hard there. And now get your hook out. Yeah, you'll get him there. Turn it on around there and get him out of there. There you go. Now, ease him back in the water. All right. It's a dandy. He's gone.
No.
There he goes. All right, we'll get another minute on and see if you can catch something bigger. What do you say?
I probably won't.
Okay, wind him up there and we'll get you another minute on. All right, folks, hang with us. We'll see what we can come up with today. All right, folks, Mikey's got a crappie there. Push your button there and let the slack out. Push your button. There you go. Now then, get a hold of him.
Get a hold of you?
Get a hold of him there and get him off. Hurry up. Grab a hold of him. Lay him down on the carpet or something, or you're going to have to do something with him. Now get a hold of him. Get a hold of him. Pinch him hard when you do that. Don't just play with him. There you go. Now you got him. He ain't got teeth. He ain't going to bite you. Get the hook out. There you go. Now, lay your bait down there. Put him in the live well. All right. Now, get you another minute on. We'll try it again.
Okay.
All right, Mikey, that's another nice little crappie right there. We'll put him in the box and see if we can get a few more of them there. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, folks, that's the best me and Mikey could do right there. We got 4 crappie. We ain't had to fish too long. Ain't got to fish at all. 3 or 4 hours, but anyway, I'm gonna get him back to the house. He got some work he needs to do, and I think I'm gonna get ready to go to Norris tonight with Steve. What do you think about that?
And go to Papa Mickey's.
And go to Papa Mickey's. Okay. Well, we're gonna head on in, so remember the sponsors and let's go fishing. All right, folks. There's my first smallie. Finally got a bite there. Didn't think I'd get. Watch him. Boy, he's mean. He wants to. Yeah. Wants to tear the thing, bottom of the boat out. My goodness. Look down. What's the color on him? Man, why? He ain't all that big. He's about 14, 15 inches, but he's a nice smallie. All right, I'll put him back, see if we can find another one. Got it on the black. We'll throw it a little bit more and see what we can do with it. Okay, folks, it's Wednesday night, and you can see the moon's just right at full. I'm up here on North Lake, and I've tied on 6 or 7 baits here to try out. And, I'm going to ease in here and start throwing and see if I can get a hold of 1 or 2 of these old big smallmouth. So I wish Steve or Bill or one of them had got to come up here with me, but maybe I can get Bill up here tomorrow night or something after the show. So hang with us, and we'll see what we can do here. And remember the sponsors, and let's go fishing. Yeah, a little bit in. It's in there. Good bit in, but spider. Right. That water temperature is 76 degrees. A little breezy, but we're going to stay after them, see if we can figure out something. All right. There's another nice little molly. Beginning to wonder about them. So get back. Let him go. Nice little fish. He's on black and red. Tried a lot of different colors. Keep throwing it, see if he'll come on with it. Okay. Got another small one here. You put him back and see if we can get another. Still on that black and red.
All right, we're back, Mike. What do you think now?
Hell, you know, it seemed funny. You could catch a fish at 25 foot, and you could catch a fish in there 7 foot, 5 foot or something, and most of them come around 10, 12 foot. But, it's kind of ridiculous right now on what they want to do. And I think a lot of that had to do with cloud cover moving in and out and changing the shadows of your bait and everything. And the wind blowing, that's another thing that had a lot to do with it. That wind puts a chop on the water, that cuts the amount of moonlight you got off and all that stuff and everything. So, and we've seen it before up there, you couldn't get a strike in the moonlight. It's like a bluebird sky in the day,
That's a fact.
Then you get the dark of the moon when there ain't no moon at all, and you ain't got enough time to fish all as many hours as you want to fish because they're jerking the rod out of your hand every throw you make. So
yeah, I agree with that.
It's something else trying to figure them smallmouth out on what they want, because everybody says a lot of them says they're on a 3-day cycle. They bite good one night, and then the next 2 nights they don't bite too good. I don't know about that. I guess that depends on how much they're hungry and how often they feed.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. We always said they're pretty finicky. It's, just when you fish on smallmouth, and that is something, I didn't catch a largemouth, didn't have a largemouth bite. And none of the fish we put in the boat was largemouth, so I don't know, where they're all at, but they got to be there. They're there somewhere. I did hear Bill was telling me that. Shucks. It's some kin to Polly there. He caught a 8 pound something largemouth up around 33 Bridge a week or so ago.
That's a good.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know any more details, but Bill was telling me about it, and so you know, and that was in daytime.
Yes, sir.
So that sounds pretty good. Good to hear that. I mean, there's some good largemouth in that lake now. Don't get me wrong. They definitely are. You just don't get many of them because the smallmouth's the dominant population.
It is. It is.
Yeah, and always has been. As far as we know about the lake, and ever since we got acquainted with it. But anyway, any special baits you caught your fish on?
I say mostly I was throwing and caught the most of them on a red hair fly with black rind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
You know,
And say the water temperature about 76 degrees.
76 degrees.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You know,
Yeah.
If you fish something long enough, seems like you probably eventually get a strike
Like
or two
out
on
on
it. You know, but
Yeah.
I tried plastics and stuff, and finally caught one on it. But Lord, I fished it off and on for half the night, and done better on jigs, and caught a couple on the spinnerbait, and done a lot of throwing with it. But,
Yep.
probably done better if I'd have just stayed with that. But I kept thinking there's always something better that they'd strike, trying this and trying that, and trying to figure them out. But probably done better if I just stayed with that hair fly and kept going. But,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's see. I think the East Tennessee Sportsmen's Association has a meeting next Tuesday, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 13th. Make that little announcement right now. Fishing reports. Have you heard anything else other than what I mentioned? I know in that Heartland it took 23 pounds something to win it.
other than what Ronnie called in last week telling us about catching them down there.
Yeah, Ronnie needs to call back in here tonight and let us know how his trip to Chickamauga went, since he was catching them on Watts Bar on the frogs and the rats, and that means they're shallow, 5 foot and in.
One guy I talked to that lived down there next to Mike Richards, he told me that everybody's having a hard time even catching fish right now down there. And I said, well, So we had a fella call in the other night on the show saying they didn't even crank the motor up except to put it back on the trailer. They was catching them over at milfoil. And, and once them fish get in that milfoil, hey, they stay in it then.
I think that's
they
true.
Probably they was raised in it and used to it for years, and then all of a sudden it was all gone, and they didn't know what to do, and then they got used to being without it, and now it's back, and they act like they're scared of it. It's just taking them a while to get acclimated with it or something,
Right. I agree to that, Mike. And I'll just tell you this: that second tournament that Wesley and Colt fished, them fish was in that milfoil, and they was in it today. We went the week on the day before the week before the tournament when we went down to practice and went back down there, and they was they caught several of their fish around that milfoil.
Well, it just takes a while for the minnows to get in it and all the other organisms that lives off that milfoil. It's just like I said down there, Gunnersville that time and pulled up a big bunch of it and had, with a fish, and it was laying on the front of the boat, and started cleaning the boat off, and there these little bitty tiny shrimp was that come out of that grass. You know, of course,
crawdads.
It take them. No, it's shrimp.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, little bitty shrimp. It wasn't half inch long. You know,
there's
that live
plenty
in
of
that
food
stuff.
there.
Yeah,
That's right. Well, it's just like bugs around the yard.
yeah, that's right.
Hey, man.
Hey, bud, what's going on?
Hey, are y'all talking about Norris Lake?
Yeah,
Oh, you are?
we was.
Okay, I've been catching some fish on Norris Lake. They've been breaking, on Point 2 and all around down in that area on Matty Holler and all back in there. And I've been catching them on top water plugs when they break.
Yeah.
What I mean, the smallmouth, largemouth, mostly smallmouth. And so I want to know what lakes are, because I'm trying to catch rockfish.
Yeah.
So I want to know what lakes are hot right now on rockfish. I know Norris I'm catching a lot of smallmouth and stuff, so I was wanting to know what's hot on Norris Lake for rockfish, stripers.
I hadn't heard anybody say anything about the stripers, but Watch Bar Lake's full of them.
Yeah, catch them all.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bait in Watch Bar, and it's full of them. But I haven't heard of anybody catching them right now.
Right.
Let me. I know a guy that fishes for him quite a bit. Give me just a minute here. Let me give you his number, okay? And
all right.
And yeah. Well, let me see if I can get his number up here. Yeah.
All right.
771-6511.
771-6511.
Yes, sir.
865.
All righty. That's Rockman, huh?
Yeah, they when they're biting, they're catching them, and when they ain't biting, they're looking for them. So you give him a buzz and see what he says. I don't know if he's been in the last little bit because he bass fishes too, and so he may can help you out. But here's the situation, and you probably know this as well as I do. Those things are hard to catch on Norris for some reason or another.
Right. I'll tell you what, I'm just starting out fishing.
Yeah.
I've been retired, I'm starting out fishing. So I've been fishing, I fished this lake a long time ago. I'm starting out now, and it's like a different lake, a whole new lake.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, it's completely different than it was 25 years ago.
Yeah, buddy.
And so I don't know what they're doing different about the stripe fishing. I think they're not putting as many in, but then now the smallmouth are hot. I don't know if you got people like Jimmy White, people that's really good at the Norris Lake fishing.
Yes, sir.
They're going to tell you they're catching the crap out of it.
Yeah,
They'll catch them all year long. Maybe sometimes really deep, maybe sometimes shallow. I'm not sure what they're doing right now. I think they're going deep.
Yeah.
The smallmouth are, but I'm interested in the rock fishing. So I'll put that number down. I'll call that guy. Now give me that number one more time.
All right. I think it was 771. Let me get my list up here again. Get my eyes back on. I'll tell you what. Yeah. Hold on. 771-6511.
I got you.
All right, stay tuned. Somebody's probably listening, going to tell you more about what's going on. Glad to hear from you, buddy.
All right, thank you, man.
Thank you, buddy. Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Tony.
You're talking about rockfish and down work. Boy, he's been catching down below Melton Hill Dam all week over.
Well, that's I was going to suggest up the Clinch River. So there you go. I hope that gentleman's still listening. But
give his phone number. He won't talk to him. But yeah, he just 617-1489.
Yeah. That guy that just called in, below Milton Hill Dam, is what the caller's telling us right now. I appreciate that information, Tony. What's that guy's number? 617-1489. 1489. Okay. I'll mention that again. I appreciate you letting me know that, Tony. That's always a good place to start, below Milton Hill. See you, buddy. Okay. All right, folks, we're getting down to 5 minutes of the show, and I got a couple of things plus some sponsorship stuff to do. Gentlemen, if you called in a minute ago, 617-1489. Call that number, and that guy's catching them below Milton Hill Dam. So we're going to move right along. Dylan, put them commercials on, will you? And then come back to me. Man. All right. Hey folks, I'm back here at Tim's Tires, and you saw the intro on the door, and they are also open on Saturdays from 8 to 12:30. And you know, I'm just looking at these tires. They've got lawnmower tires, they've got the small tractor tires, even the big tractor tires, and all these tires right here are for trucks and automobiles, vans, that kind of thing. And they've just got a warehouse full of tires, bringing them in all the time and shipping them out all the time. So if you're needing that set of tires, please come by here at Tim's Tires, Highway 27, going into Harriman. On the left, it'll be on the right if you're coming from Harriman. And like I said, this place is just stacked full of tires, brands, all kinds, sizes, all kinds. And if they just happen not to have the size or kind you're wanting and the size, just give them a call down here and they'll have it for you, usually by the next day and sometimes by dinner time that day. So remember Tim's Tires, and let them know you appreciate them being a sponsor of the Let's Go Fishing Show. Folks, here's the front window of the Tennessee Tin and Detailing, and you got the sign out there. A lot of good advertisement here in the front window. So let me get inside here and see what's going on. Hey folks, we're here at Tennessee Tent and Detailing, and man, we have got a beautiful automobile in here that they just got through finishing up, tinting the windows on this thing. I mean, it is nice. So I'm going to let the gentleman that owns this thing get in it, and he's going to leave with it, but I did want to get it, show you what kind of work they do here at Tennessee Tent and Detailing. Remember them right here in Harriman, across from Regions Bank, and take care of your car. They do all kinds of stuff. We've talked about it for several weeks. There's just a little example of how good that tent looks. So remember them and let them know you appreciate them sponsoring the show. Hey folks, I'm here at Reynolds Racing and Marine, and I just pulled in here. Been working, hadn't been here in a while. You're talking about a beautiful boat. You need to come down here and check this Express out. I mean, this thing is nice. It is absolutely beautiful. And I think it's a 21-footer. It looks like a barge, but it is really nice. Come down to here, Reynolds Racing Marine, check this thing out. All right, folks, we got, just a few minutes, a few seconds? Okay, remember the sponsors, folks. Can't thank them enough. Mulch and More, Reynolds Racing Marine, Tim's Tires, Citizens Bank, Edgemore Outdoors, Pamela Ann's Fudge and Candies. Let them know you appreciate them sponsoring the show. God bless y'all, and hope we can catch some fish before we come back Thursday.
You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Food.
In today's world, you don't stay in business long without providing exceptional customer service. The Duff family has been providing exceptional customer service for over 44 years. Our customers rate us highly, as shown by the fact we're the only dealer in Tennessee to have earned the Subaru Stellar Care Award for customer satisfaction 6 years in a row. Check our online reviews or ask your friends. They'll tell you to come to Earl Duff Subaru, where buying is a pleasure.
Take I-40 to exit 347 in Harriman, or check all our specials at duffsubaru.com.